Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Cardano. We are going to be looking at both the technical analysis and the fundamental analysis. We are also going to talk about, the recent EMA, or rather AMA, Ask Me Anything, that Charles Hoskinson had. He is obviously the CEO of Cardano. So we are obviously going to be talking about a few points, a few updates, and just basically what I think about the whole thing. So that is something that you guys should definitely look forward to, especially if you are investing, or rather if you have invested in Cardano. So obviously it's very important for us to also look at Bitcoin, because as usual, wherever Bitcoin goes, a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies usually tend to follow that particular direction. So I go by the name of Muna. Welcome to Beyond 10x. Feel free to smash up the likes. In the past few weeks, we've been having amazing trades. I mean, if you guys don't really believe me, all you have to do is check for the proof, because I have everything on my YouTube channel. For instance, last week I did talk about the fact that Cardano was losing a lot of volume, and there was a high probability of the value of Cardano declining. I also told you guys that Binance was going to be one of the top alternative cryptocurrencies which were going to do very well last week, right? And guess what happened to the price of Bitcoin, or rather Binance? The price of Binance exploded. In this video in particular, I did talk about Nano as well, but I'm still waiting for Nano to do very well. But right now, Nano is really holding its position, but it hasn't really received that explosive upward momentum that I have been waiting for. So I really hope that you guys have been making money. I really hope that you guys have been enjoying this cryptocurrency technical analysis type of material, because it's all about making money, guys, and you get it free of charge. I do not have any cryptocurrency course that I'm promoting. I'm not even having any private community. You guys are going to be getting this information free. So I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I really encourage you guys not to listen to anybody, including myself, because you just have to take anything that anybody says out there, especially on the internet, with a grain of salt. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump into the video. We are having a live stream right now, so I really hope that everything is working fine. So before we jump into every little detail, I think it's very important for us to see how everything is. We are having a very good live stream, a very healthy one. So let's get into the technicals. Yeah, so just like I told you last time, obviously Cardano has been losing quite a lot of volume, right? And a lot of people have been expecting Shelly to be released. A lot of people were anticipating that the price of Cardano was going to skyrocket, right? But obviously the technicals and the fundamentals are showing us a little bit of a discrepancy. So what usually happens is, whenever you have very bullish fundamentals, right, sometimes the technicals just show the opposite. So who are you going to follow, or rather, what are you going to go with, the technicals or the fundamentals? Personally, I am a cryptocurrency trader, and I usually go for the technicals any day of the week. So as you guys can clearly see, right, according to the OBV, which is the unbalanced volume, which is simply aggregated volume, which is very substantial, we've been losing quite a lot of momentum in terms of the volume. And yesterday, or rather today, I was expecting the volume to go slightly up and obviously getting to meet the 13 EMA, which is the orange line. But unfortunately, we simply topped up right around this area. We just didn't have enough volume to propel and obviously go and do something like that. So that is a very bad sign. But of course, this is mostly because Bitcoin is doing its thing. So you might have a situation, or rather a scenario, where a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies are not really going to outperform Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just so ferocious. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to observing what's really going to happen to the volume of Cardano, especially during this week, because it's really going to be like a do or die period, especially for Cardano in the short term period. Remember, I'm all about short term to mid term. Of course, long term, I am ultra bullish. I am super bullish on Cardano. But you know, as a cryptocurrency trader, you just have to look at the short term type of analysis. All right. So please do not get it twisted. When it comes to long term, I am a Cardano bull. I am a Cardano supporter, but when you talk about the short to mid-term type of situations, I am a little bit skeptical. So obviously I'll be looking for opportunities to go short. So guys, as you can clearly see, right, when we are in a trending market, usually the price bounces or rather goes above the 20 exponential moving average. And right now, it really seems we are slightly below the 20 EMA, which is the orange line. I'm sure you guys can clearly see this line, right? So what usually happens during a trending market, we are usually above and just dominating the 20 EMA. Just like you guys can clearly see during the past few weeks, we've been doing that precisely. But right now, it really seems we went below the 20 EMA. So that obviously has to give us a little bit of a red sign. It's more like a heads up, and it's something that really allows you to like prepare for your next trade. So I really hope that you guys are taking notes, because this is very important. And by the way, if you guys can clearly see, we are having the 50 EMA, which is the red line right around this area, right? So what's most likely going to happen, due to the fact that we are losing volume, right? We are going to have a situation where the 20 EMA is going to intersect below the 50 EMA, and that is really going to be like a very bearish sign, especially during you know, like in the next short to mid-term type of market situation. So yeah, let me just erase that. Yeah, so I'm obviously going to be looking for shorting opportunities, because I am looking for moments where the price of Cardano is going to go slightly above the 20 EMA. So obviously the price of Cardano is going to want to test the 20 EMA. So that is really going to be like a very good shorting opportunity. So according to the slingshot indicator that I have been praising for a very long period of time, right now we are having aggressive you know, sell signals right now. As you guys can clearly see, the bars here, they are yellow, so that usually means that, you know, this is like an aggressive entry. And you guys already know me, I don't really like aggressive entries because they are way too risky. So I'm obviously waiting for a very conservative entry to do my short. So once the price of Cardano goes above this green line, right, it's going to do something like that. It's going to go above the 20 EMA, right? And then I'm just basically going to take my short, provided the volume of Cardano is going to be declining as well. Because when the price, or rather when the volume of Cardano is going to go up, when it's going to start trending up, right, that really means the bulls are very active, and there's obviously a lot of interest as far as Cardano is concerned, and you don't really want to be shorting the market when there's very good, substantial, healthy volume. So the most important thing that I really wanted to talk about as far as the technical analysis of Cardano is concerned is looking for a very good conservative shorting entry. This is most likely going to happen when or if the price of Cardano goes above the 20 EMA, and if the volume of Cardano is going to steadily decline. And if we're going to see the volume increase, then we're obviously going to readjust and reevaluate the situation. So I really hope that you guys understand. And as far as long-term Cardano is concerned, I'm obviously going to be very, very bullish long-term. But hey, this is all about surviving. It's all about survival of the fittest. And do not fall in love with the cryptocurrency project, because that's one quick way of losing money. You don't really want to lose money, because trust me, I have lost a lot of money, and I would really love for somebody to save money and make money. So yeah, big shout out to everybody right now. Big shout out to you, D-Wave. D-Wave is actually saying that we are supposed to be selling now or keep holding. So D-Wave, congratulations. You already know how the game is. But right now, I'm, to be honest with you guys, I'm already out of my you know, position, and I'm trying to invest more into my shorting position, but I'm really looking for the perfect opportunity. But I do understand that I do know for a fact that there's going to be a situation time where the price of Cardano is going to go above the 20 EMA, and that is going to be a very conservative entry. Remember, it's all about reducing risk, it's all about maximizing profit. So yeah, big shout out to you, D-Web. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. So as far as Charles Hoskinson is concerned, what are my thoughts? First of all, congratulations to the IOHK summit that these guys had. I heard it was very, very progressive. They had a lot of officials from different countries. Like, for example, Ethiopia was represented. I hear that Cardano is going to be building a cryptocurrency for Ethiopia, and this cryptocurrency is going to be like basically the utility cryptocurrency of Ethiopia as far as digital payments are concerned. So that is extremely huge. You know, I'm from Zambia, I'm from Africa, so you know, congratulations to Cardano and the Ethiopian government for working out that you know, plan, and I really hope that it's really going to be able to like succeed, because it's really going to bring about mass adoption. So yeah, I'm really you know, happy and very excited for that thing to happen and obviously take place. So yeah, big shout out to you, Vincenzo Barenko. Have a look at LTC again. I'll definitely look at LTC, and yeah, I'm going to come back. I'm going to get back at you, Vincenzo Barenko, and I'm also going to look at DG Byte as well. So obviously, just like I previously told you guys last week, if you did watch my Cardano video, Shelly is going to be delayed as usual. I don't really know why you guys were thinking that these guys were going to meet the deadline, because what usually happens is there's a lot of technicalities here and there. There's obviously going to be some trials and errors, because we are dealing with an uncharted territory. Like, trust me. A lot of these companies, a lot of these blockchain companies, right, they don't really know exactly what they're doing. They are learning as they go about doing, or rather conducting their businesses. There's a lot of innovation which is going to be done, but obviously nobody has done these things before. So obviously they really need a lot of time to really perfect their craft. So to be honest, I'm not really even disappointed. As a matter of fact, I am happy that they had the decency to actually address us. Unlike other cryptocurrency projects where the CEO basically doesn't say anything, Charles Hoskinson really had the guts to come and tell us, hey, look, we were expecting this thing to be ready by this and that time, but unfortunately, due to our, you know, untimely sort of outcome of events, we weren't able to like produce a very good product for you guys, and we really want to perfect it. I'm really happy that Charles Hoskinson has got the guts to do this, and this is very, very good as well. But of course, we understand blockchain technology is something that has never been done before. Amazon really took a long time in order for it to be what it is, so we don't really expect these guys to like be able to like knock off everything and just basically be able to do everything right at the very beginning. So we do understand, but you have to understand that you are dealing with retail investors. Retail investors are naive, most likely broke. They really want to like make a lot of money, and they don't really have a lot of patience. So what's really going to happen is when Shelly update is really going to be delayed, right? A lot of people are going to be frustrated. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, Cardano, I'm really getting out of this cryptocurrency. I'm really going to end up selling. So that's basically how retail investors behave, because we just want to make money. We want the product to be working perfectly fine. That's just how it is. So when that happens, guess what's going to happen to the price of Cardano? It's going to go down, and us as cryptocurrency traders, we are going to be shorting the market. In case you guys don't really know exactly where to short Cardano, you can use my BitMEX link. BitMEX is a very good cryptocurrency exchange that allows you to do leverage trading with you know, as high as 100x. So that is a very good cryptocurrency exchange that I usually get to like short Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Cardano, Ripple, and yeah, I think there's only about 5 cryptocurrencies. So yeah, if you guys already have BitMEX, the link is in the description box below. So yeah, it's not, this video is not really sponsored by BitMEX. I just wanted to like you know, because you guys were asking me where you can short or long Cardano. So basically that's all I wanted to talk about. As far as Shelly is concerned, whenever it's going to be ready, whenever people are going to be able to like stake their cryptocurrencies, I'm sure the price of Cardano is going to go way up and everybody's going to make money. But right now, what are we going to do in order for us to survive? So yeah, guys have any other questions for me for the next 100 years? All right, so D-Wave basically is talking about holding Cardano for the next 10 years. I don't know. Like 10 years is a very long period of time. All I'm trying to do is survive 2019. You can ask me about 2019, but 10 years, I don't really know what's really going to happen to the whole entire blockchain community, because who knows? What if the governments decide to block, or rather, sort of suffocate the blockchain community? What's really going to happen? So I don't really look as far as 10 years. I only go as far as, I don't know, maybe 6 months maximum, because I am a cryptocurrency trader. So yeah, Vincenzo is asking me what I think about ADA. I think I just told you my opinion. Yeah, right now in the short term I'm very bearish, but long term I'm very, very bullish. So that's as far as Cardano is concerned. I don't know, we are having a very tricky situation. So what I want to do right now is take a look at Bitcoin, because we have been talking about Bitcoin for a very long period of time. So yeah, let me just check out what you guys are saying. D-Wave, my bad. What projects are you bullish on besides AD and BTC for the next 10 years? All right, so D-Wave is trying to find out what other cryptocurrency projects I am bullish on. I'm just going to be honest with you. When it comes to a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies, right, I would rather hold Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has stood the test of time. It has a very good network of supporters. There's a lot of people who are mining Bitcoin, and obviously the network, the nodes are going to be running for a very long period of time, and it's one of those cryptocurrencies which is obviously going to stand the test of time. But as far as a few other cryptocurrencies are concerned, I would rather look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies, right? Like for example Ethereum, but Ethereum right now is facing a lot of competition as far as Binance is concerned. Like for example, if Binance is going to have their Binance chain, right, then Ethereum is obviously going to be a little bit on the lower end due to the competitiveness of Binance, because one, everybody is going to be wanting to use the Binance chain, because you're going to be automatically listed on the biggest exchange, which is Binance. So obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, a little bit of Litecoin, plus a few other alternative cryptocurrencies such as ADA as well. But to be honest with you guys, I would rather go in I would rather invest in Bitcoin. If you guys had to give me like either a situation where I just had to invest in one cryptocurrency for the next 10 years, I would rather just still put my money in Bitcoin and just forget about a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies, because there's a lot of commotion, there's a lot of uncertainty as far as the remaining alternative cryptocurrencies are concerned. So I don't know, this is a very tricky question, and I don't know, you tell me, what other cryptocurrencies for the next 10 years would you rather put your money in? I would, I'm really looking forward to hearing your answers to that question as well. So yeah, let's go to BTC before you guys really make me forget about everything that I really wanted to talk about, because apparently I can't really multitask. It's very difficult for me. So you are making me forget what I wanted to talk about. So as far as Bitcoin is concerned, right, obviously we are having very good, decent volume. So the other thing that I really wanted to talk about was the OBV, right? So yesterday I actually had a very good amount of resistance as far as the OBV is concerned, and look at what happened. We actually broke this volume resistance. So anyway, just to give you a little bit of context, right, let's look at the 1 week chart, right? So as you guys can clearly see, this amount of volume that we were having, or rather, let's do this on the daily. On the daily, the amount of resistance as far as the volume is concerned, right, this is the same amount of volume that we had right around this area when we were between, I don't know, 7,000 to about 10,000, right? This is the same amount of volume that we had right around this area before we actually went parabolically high a few years ago. So obviously, as far as the daily volume is concerned, this resistance that we broke yesterday was very, very significant. And look at what we are about to do, guys. guys. So this is one of the reasons why I really think the price of Bitcoin is most likely going to go as high as 6,500 US dollars, because guys, we are having so much volume. So anyway, let me just remove that. So let's look at the weekly as well, because it's very important for us to look at the weekly volume. So as far as the weekly volume is concerned, come on guys, we've been having way too much volume. We've been having as much volume when the price of Bitcoin was obviously, I don't know, let's look at this. February 2018. What was the price of Bitcoin in February 2018? So let's just go back. So let's look at the price of Bitcoin in February 2018. So the price of Bitcoin was about 8,657. Can you imagine? Right now the price of Bitcoin is about 5,500 US dollars, right? And we are having the same amount of volume when the price of Bitcoin was 8,221, or somewhere along that price range. So as you guys can clearly see, we are very, very undervalued as compared to the volume and the price. You know, if you look at the discrepancy between the volume and the price, we are totally having a very big discrepancy. So we are obviously going to catch up sooner or later. So this is one of the reasons why I am very, very adamant, and I really think that the price of Bitcoin should be above 6,000 due to the amount of volume that we are currently having. So as far as the weekly chart is concerned, right, obviously the price of Bitcoin is going above this red zone that we were having as far as the CM slingshot is concerned, right, which is very, very good. So we are having aggressive buy entries right around this area, but you know, I don't know. We just have to come right over here and test this resistance. So looking at the monthly as well, because I really think the monthly volume is very, very important. So according to the monthly volume, right, look at this amazing information that we are having. So basically, according to the monthly, we are having this intersection right over here where the volume is going to go above the 13 EMA. And look at what happened right around this area. The last time that the volume went above the 13 EMA was around this area in 2015. So during that period of time, right, we obviously experienced a very, very good bullish trend. Like ever since we had a situation where the volume obviously went above the 13 EMA, we experienced a very good bull run. So this is one of the reasons why we are ultra bullish on the price of Bitcoin. So a lot of people have been talking about the golden cross. I don't really want to talk about the golden cross because, you know, it's something which everybody's talking about, and as a cryptocurrency trader, right, you have to use indicators which nobody's really looking at, because you really have to have an advantage when it comes to trading against other people, because when you're trading, you're not really just trading, you're trading against other people as well. So it's very competitive. So obviously the golden cross is something which is going to happen on the daily, as you guys can clearly see. Do we have the EMAs right over here? Yeah, obviously you guys have seen it already. The 20 EMA is going to, sorry, the 50 EMA is going to go above the 200 EMA on the daily chart, and that is very, very bullish. So Will is saying, hi Mona, hey, what's up Will, how you doing, how's Ireland? I hope everything is fine with you. So who else do we have here? Lena Ada, greetings from Slovenia. What's up Slovenia? How you guys doing? By the way, I was supposed to go to Slovenia for my vacation, but something came up and unfortunately we're not really going to make it. Sorry, is Slovenia the same as Slovakia? I don't know. I was either going to go to Slovakia or Slovenia, one of these countries. So yeah, I hope the weather is very good that side. I really hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves. So what else did we have to talk about? All right, let me just bring this up. So D-Wave is saying he's very bullish on BTC, ADA, Ethereum, Neo, and Elastos. Plus, he also has a little bit of Icon and Wharton Chain. So these are very good cryptocurrencies that you are mentioning. I happen to have all of them. I've got Neo, I've got Elastos, I've got Icon, Wharton Chain, and pretty much everything that you have. So these are pretty solid investments that you have. But hey, you just don't really know exactly what's going to happen. So obviously, there's going to be a situation where some of your investments are really going to end up bad you might be able to like lose a little bit of your money, and then some of your investments might be able to do very well. So just make sure that the upside is going to be very good. So it's very important for you guys to always pick the very best of the best cryptocurrencies, so that your odds of winning is going to be higher. Because trust me, one of those cryptocurrencies is really going to perform very badly, and obviously a lot of those cryptocurrencies are also going to perform very good as well. So just make sure that you've got very good potential cryptocurrencies which are most likely going to do extremely well. So Anonymous, flat means holding support. What's your thought on fairly flat market this week? All right, so we was asking what the meaning of a flat market, like what's the significance of that. So what market are you talking about, to be precise? Are you talking about the whole entire cryptocurrency market, or are you talking about only Bitcoin? So if we are having a flat market, right, usually when there's very low volatility, that's one of the reasons why the market is like barely not going anywhere, right? So when we have moments of low volatility, it really means that there's very huge discrepancy between the buyers and the sellers. There's very indecisiveness, if I can put it that way. So there's obviously most likely going to be a very explosive move. So whenever you are having a flat line, right, just best believe that there's going to be some explosiveness in the future. So let me give you a practical example. For example, right around this area, right, we had a flat market, right? Do you guys see this? Here we had a very flat market situation. There was like barely low volatility. What really happened a few days later? We just had that parabolic rise. So usually when there's a flat market, right, there isn't a lot of buyers. There isn't a lot of sellers, right? Obviously the market is going to go to one direction, like heavily, either to the downside or either to the upside. So it just depends on the few factors that you can consider. For example, the volume. You can look at the EMAs as well, just for you to have a very good basic overview. Like for example, if we are having a very flat market, right, and we are having very good amount of volume, right, best believe that the market is obviously going to break out to the upside. So yeah, that's basically what I mean. So Leonard says, do not put all your eggs in one basket. That is absolutely true. Yeah, I really do believe in that. But hey, as soon as I make my money during the next bull run, I'm obviously going to be cashing out and waiting for the prices to go down. So I'm only putting most of my money in one basket, which is Bitcoin, until the next bull market, so that I can cash out. And then I'm going to come back when everything is pretty low, pretty cheap, and then I'm going to risk a little bit with a lot of these alternative cryptocurrencies as well. So yeah, as far as BTC is concerned, I don't know, I'm still waiting for this explosive movement. So in case you guys are wondering, like, what's the smartest way to trade this market, like how can you guys really make sure you've got very good upside potential? This is not really financial advice, and if I were going to like make a very good trading opportunity, right, I would obviously put my buy order a few pips above the current price. Like for example, right around this area, right, you guys obviously know that we are having major resistance right around this area. So a few pips above this price point, let's say around this threshold, right, like once the price of Bitcoin goes above this threshold, right, I'm not really precise there, but I'm just giving you a basic overview, right? So you guys can obviously get to buy, or rather put your buy orders right around that area, provided the price of Bitcoin crosses above this amount of resistance. Because just like we experienced right around this area, right, we were having the same situation. Look, we did the same thing. If you guys did the same right around this area, if you put a buy signal right around this area above this threshold, right, you would have obviously gotten the opportunity to rise above with the price of Bitcoin, and you guys would have made very good amount of profit right there. So that's a very good trading opportunity, but it is very risky, because sometimes you might end up catching effect out, and you know, you might just end up having a situation where Bitcoin just does that, then goes back down and really corrects heavily to the downside. So this is one of the reasons I really hate trading breakouts. So I'd rather buy something like this. It goes up, finds a little bit of resistance, comes back down, finds support right around this area where it was facing resistance, then buy, let's say around this area, then hopefully go up. So I'd rather do that instead of buying the breakout, because it is extremely risky. So yeah, play with house money is my plan. Yeah, so it's all about playing with house money. It's all about minimizing your risk, and just like I told you guys, I would rather trade my way up instead of getting to sell my house, getting to sell a lot of assets that I own, and then investing them in very risky assets like cryptocurrencies. I would rather just you know, play with a little bit of house money, you know, pocket change here and there, and use a little bit of leverage trading. So that's what I would rather do. So anyway, guys, I hope this is enough for today. We talked about Cardano, we also talked about Bitcoin, and yeah, I'm obviously going to be back again with another brand new video, most likely tomorrow or today a little bit later. I don't know, the YouTube algorithm is a little bit tricky. The algorithm sometimes really doesn't you know, show you the notifications that I have a little bit of videos out, so you guys end up not really getting to watch my videos. So it's very important for you to always you know, turn on post notifications so that you don't really get to miss these amazing money making opportunities, So guys, I really want to find out from you, did you end up buying or rather trading Bitcoin last week when we talked about them? Did you buy Nano? Did you find any of the information that I gave you very useful? Because I really want to find out, because I don't really want to end up recording these videos and then you guys are not really even using the information. Of course, it's not financial advice, but I would just be very happy if you guys can give me your testimonies if you are using this information to better your trades, and that would be very, very exciting. So yeah, I'm obviously going to see you tomorrow. Thank you, and thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. You guys are very awesome. Olu Wale, what's up? Don't go without saying anything about Digibyte and Zilliqa. Okay, so all right, okay, so let's briefly look at Digibyte. Everybody's asking about Digibyte. What happened to Digibyte? All of a sudden, everybody's in love with Digibyte. So what's the best cryptocurrency exchange? All right, let me use Bittrex because it has got a lot of data. And when you are doing your technical analysis, right, you obviously have to use an exchange which has got the longest data as far as you know, the EMAs are concerned, because I love using exponential moving averages. So this is one of the reasons I would rather use Bittrex as opposed to like checking the data from Binance. Yeah, so according to this information that we are having right from the beginning, we are having very low volume, right? And once you see that the volume is declining, then stay away, because you know that the correction is not really done yet. But the most important thing about this correction is maybe we are having a double bottom as far as the volume is concerned, as far as Digibyte is concerned, right? But if we are going to end up finding support right around this area as far as the volume is concerned, right? Obviously, getting to buy when the volume is above the 13 EMA is one of the best things that you guys can do. All right, so please do not ever risk your investments by hoping that the volume is going to come back in and buyers are going to come, because a lot of traders usually end up losing a lot of money because you are trading with hope. Do not ever trade with hope. It's very good for you guys to only buy right around this area. Like in the past, we had a similar situation where the volume of Digibyte was going down, right? And then we had a sudden bump in the volume. So the best thing that you can ever do is get to buy around this area when the volume has turned around, and then you guys are most likely going to experience this amount, or rather amazing exponential growth. So always wait for the volume to be very positive, for the volume to cross above the slowest, or rather the fastest exponential moving average. In this case, it's the 13 EMA. So getting to buy right around this area when you have guarantee that the volume and the interest is coming back is the best thing that you can ever do. All right, so it's very important for you guys to always look out for the volume, because the volume gives you an indication that people are interested in a particular asset. Okay, nobody's ever going to give you a heads up saying, hey, Digibyte is going to be announcing a very good announcement next week, so you have to start buying. Nobody's ever going to give you that information, because it's all about, you know, having these connections. But just simply looking at the volume is going to give you one of the best indicators. Like, for example, we had very good consistent decline in volume, then all of a sudden a lot of people suddenly became interested in this particular cryptocurrency. So that really means that something is happening in the background. And whenever you've got that surety, right, whenever you've got this confirmation, try to look at a few other factors. Try to look at the EMAs, try to look at the fundamental analysis as well, and then try to get in and ride the wave. So volume is a very good indicator. If I had to trade with only one indicator, right, I would rather look at the volume, because the volume really tells us a lot of stories. So anyway, let's look at a few other indicators as well. Obviously, the CM slingshot is giving us a red sign, as you guys can clearly see. I don't know whether you guys can pick this up, right? So we are in a bear market. We are in a downtrend, a very blatant downtrend. One, the volume is declining. Two, the CM slingshot is giving us this red danger zone, right? So this really means that we are supposed to be shorting the market instead of going long. So as far as Digibyte is concerned, yes, long term, I am very, very bullish. Yes, Digibyte is a very good investment, but at the moment, we can't really end up buying this cryptocurrency, because we might just end up having a situation where the dip keeps on dipping. All right, so a lot of people say buy the dip. That's a very bad trading ideology, because sometimes the dip keeps on dipping. You might end up catching a falling knife. So wait for the confirmation to come as far as the volume is concerned. So that is as far as Digibyte is concerned. So yeah, what else do you guys have? Nano is good. Yep, Nano is good. I'm still waiting for it to have a very good explosive move to the upside anytime soon. It can happen during this week, it can happen next week, but right now, as far as the volume is concerned, Nano is very, very good to go. But if you guys had to get Nano, I think I'd rather wait for a very good buying opportunity. So look at the 4-hourly chart as well, and then try to see what's going to happen. So Digibyte is slow. They need to hire a staff, and they really need to you know, have very good team members, if I can put it that way. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I last looked at Digibyte, but it is a very good solid investment. So what else do you guys have? BCH showing signs of catching up with Ethereum as far as the market cap. So yeah, BCH has been doing very well in the past few days, but the main question is it going to keep up? Is it going to continue doing very well? So those are the questions that you guys are supposed to be asking. Consistently look at the volume and just try to see whether the price pump was like a knee-jerk reaction, or whether that was like a very good indicator of genuine interest in the cryptocurrency project. So you guys definitely have to look at those things. So yeah, I think this is it. This is where we have to say goodbye. I'll be back again tomorrow, guys. So have a great day. Enjoy your trades. Be very careful. Do not listen to anybody, including myself. I barely don't know anything about trading, so please do not listen to me. Do not follow my advice and all that stuff. Always make sure whatever you do your research, and overall, never lose your money. Never lose your money, because when you lose your money, you're not going to be able to like make more money. So guys, you guys have been amazing. You guys have been awesome. It's been your boy Muna Beyond 10x, and I will most likely talk to you tomorrow.